I was just on Facebook and reading a status by the Raw Xperience, aka Richard, I think his name is. And Richard, his situation is that he is very obese at this point. I think he has about 400 pounds to lose, maybe more now. And he keeps going on and off Raw. So he'll go Raw, lose a bunch of weight, and then he'll go back to the SAD, gain some more back. And I think this has seemed like a strange process to me and a lot of other people because Richard seems so emotionally ready to take the leap and lose the weight and gain healthy and gain his body back. And something that I've noticed, and I think a lot of other people notice, especially since we're so calorie focused in this movement, maybe unfortunately, is that Richard generally doesn't eat a lot when he's on Raw. He eats very few calories, maybe like 1,500 or, I haven't counted, but it's not the 3,000 minimum. And so this status was Richard the status was about people emailing Richard and telling him what he needs to do. In other words, that he needs to start eating more. He's just going to go back to the junk and the burgers and all that stuff. I want to propose something different. Now, Richard might be undereating today. He might undereat for the next month. He's just coming off SAD. He, was probably eating 5,000 calories of fast food and whatever a day. And he might experience problems because he's undereating. If he's undereating, in fact, for his body, or if the undereating is not serving him enough or he can't sustain it. But that's not the biggest reason he hasn't lost the weight. The biggest reason somebody doesn't do something is because they aren't mentally ready to do it. Everybody thinks Richard's mentally ready. It looks like he is, but maybe he wasn't all the times he failed. It's psychological to a big extent. We need to decide that we really want to do something, and sometimes we need to dabble in it before we decide that we really do want to go down a certain path. And when we are ready to go down a certain path, then we correct our mistakes. We search out answers. We try different things. Like for me, when I was trying to find what diet would work best for me, and I wasn't quite satisfied with the results I was getting, I kept asking, and I found what I was looking for. You don't have to be able to connect all the dots going forward. You don't have to know everything before you do something. You just have to make small connections. If I want to feel better and I'm trying to figure out the better diet, well, maybe I'll try, eating more nutrient-dense foods. Maybe I'll start, eating more nuts and seeds. Maybe I'll start eating more whole grains and potatoes. I don't have to know how everything works in my body when it's combined. I don't have to know, there's so many things you could know about diet that you don't have to know. You just have to start making little connections. Oh, if I eat just one fruit in the morning, I feel really good. Oh, I'm hungry later on. Maybe I'm not eating enough. You kind of go in a certain direction, and then if you really want to keep headed in a good direction or a better direction, or if you want to keep improving yourself, then you learn how to accommodate yourself for whatever's going on. You're hungry. You're not quite getting some kind of taste you want. You're not getting enough flavor. You think about these things, and you figure it out. And I feel like in this movement, to a large degree, we've replaced that mental shift with this idea that people just need to carb up. And it's not true. It's not how it works. It's a mental shift. As soon as you decide that you want to manifest something, you can. And I think what often stops people, myself included, is that we try to connect all the dots going forward. If we want 7 things that are really big and that seem kind of out of reach, we get overwhelmed and we don't make our way toward them. So what I'm doing in my life is I'm trying to just make small steps forward towards some of the things I want. And I'm hoping that as I continue living, I'll find ways to manifest what else I'm looking for. And it may not be easy. It might be difficult. It's going to require creativity from myself. But I'm going to make it. And if Richard has that same attitude, he's going to lose the weight. And if there's something you want to manifest in your life and you want to do it, you can do it. You just have to make small steps toward it every day.